My friends, today I invite you to awaken, not from sleep, but from limitation. For too long, many have believed that power lies outside themselves, in circumstances, in other people, in wealth, or in luck. But the truth is this: the greatest force you will ever know is already within you. You are not weak, you are not empty, you are not lacking. You are infinite, for the spirit within you is limitless. The power that created worlds, the power that sustains life, the power that commands opportunity. It is alive in you right now. Most live unaware of this treasure, walking through life as if powerless, when in truth they are heirs to abundance, peace, and divine authority. Awakening is nothing less than remembering who you are. It is the shift from fear to faith, from doubt to certainty, from wandering in shadows to standing in light. When you awaken, you no longer beg life for scraps. You command life with your word, with your vision, with your unwavering belief. This hidden power responds to your thoughts, your words, and your expectations. Speak defeat, and it bows to your defeat. Speak victory, and it rushes to manifest your victory. The secret is not in forcing, but in aligning, not in struggling, but in allowing. When you declare, "I am strong, I am guided, I am abundant," the universe echoes back. So it is. So I tell you, release the chains of small thinking. Refuse to live as a shadow of yourself. You are meant to shine, to expand, to create, to rise above all appearances of lack and limitation. This is the awakening. To step into your spiritual inheritance, to command with faith, and to discover that the kingdom you seek is not far away. It is within you. You already carry the infinite power within you. Awakening is remembering this truth. This power has never left you, it has never diminished, and it has never been outside your reach. It lives in the quiet chambers of your soul, waiting for you to recognize it, to trust it, and to use it. Most people wander through life believing that they are incomplete, that they must chase after approval, money, or opportunity to become whole. Yet the truth is that everything you need is already imprinted within you. Like a seed carrying the blueprint of a mighty tree, when you awaken, you do not become something new. You simply remember who you always were. Think of a lamp covered with a heavy cloth. The light never disappeared, it was only hidden. In the same way, your inner power has been veiled by fear, doubt, and false beliefs. Awakening is lifting the cloth, allowing the radiance to shine forth. This power is not arrogance, not ego, not force. It is divine energy that flows through you, harmonizing you with infinite intelligence. It whispers to you in intuition, it guides you through inspiration, it strengthens you in moments of trial, and it calls you to rise higher every time life seems to push you down. The world trains you to look outward for validation, to wait for conditions to change before you feel strong. But the awakened soul knows that conditions shift the moment you shift within. When you choose faith over fear, courage over hesitation, and vision over doubt, the invisible power responds and arranges circumstances in your favor. This is not chance, this is law. Just as a seed planted in fertile soil must grow, so too must your inner word manifest when you speak it with conviction. You already carry infinite power, but many live as beggars sitting on treasure. They pray for strength yet ignore the wellspring already flowing within. They chase success, but forget that success is first born in consciousness. Awakening is a sacred turning point. The instant you declare, "I am not weak, I am not lost, I am not broken, I am the vessel of divine power." In that moment, the chains of limitation fall away and your true self steps forward. This truth does not ask you to strive harder, but to trust deeper. It calls you to still the noise of the world and listen to the eternal voice within. It reminds you that no obstacle is greater than the force inside you. No darkness is stronger than your light, and no limitation can hold one who has remembered their source. The awakening is not a future event, it is now. Each thought you think, each word you speak, each belief you choose is either an act of forgetting or an act of remembering. The question is not whether you have the power. The question is only, will you awaken to it? Your words, thoughts, and beliefs shape the reality that unfolds before you. Every sentence you speak, whether in confidence or in complaint, carries energy that impresses itself upon the unseen and eventually takes form in the seen. Every thought you entertain is like a brushstroke painting the canvas of your life, and every belief you hold becomes the foundation upon which your experiences are built. Nothing arrives in your world without first being invited by the vibration of your inner life. If you live in constant fear, fear finds a way to manifest itself around you. If you nurture hope, hope shapes doors where there were once only walls. This truth is not abstract. It is law. Words are not idle, they are commands. The universe responds to them with exactness, echoing back whatever you have declared. If you continually say, I can't, I'm not worthy, life is hard, then you are writing the script of struggle, and life obediently follows your command. But when your words rise in faith, I can, I am guided, abundance flows to me, you shift the vibration of your reality, and unseen forces align to make those words flesh. Your voice is creative power. It is the tool through which the invisible becomes visible. Thoughts are equally potent. They are seeds sown in the soil of your subconscious, quietly growing until they break into your visible world. Most people allow their thoughts to run wild, feeding on doubt, anger, or worry, never realizing that these inner weeds choke the garden of their destiny. But when you choose to cultivate thoughts of harmony, strength, and success, you sow flowers that blossom into opportunity and peace. Your life does not happen to you. It grows out of you. The landscape around you mirrors the landscape within you. Belief is the root that holds it all together. Belief is the lens through which you see, and what you see, you call into being. If you believe the world is hostile, you will find enemies everywhere. If you believe the world is abundant, you will discover doors and blessings where others see none. Belief is not passive, it is creative. It shapes perception, and perception shapes experience. Even in the face of hardship, belief can transform the outcome, for it decides whether you stand as a victim of chance or a master of circumstance. Your words, thoughts, and beliefs are the invisible architects of your future. They draw to you people, events, and conditions that match their frequency. Life is not random, it is responsive. Every spoken declaration is a seed, every thought a blueprint, every belief a magnet. If you would change your reality, you must first change the language you speak to yourself, the thoughts you entertain in silence, and the beliefs you guard in your heart. Fear and doubt blind you. Faith and vision reveal your hidden strength. Fear is the great thief of destiny. It robs you before life even has the chance to give. Doubt is its companion, whispering that you are not enough, that success belongs to others, that your dreams are too big and your abilities too small. When fear and doubt take hold, they wrap a veil around your eyes so that you cannot see your own potential. You walk through life as though shackled, not because the chains are real, but because your mind has accepted them as truth. Fear shrinks the soul, convincing you that safety lies in staying small, when in reality safety is found in trusting the greater power within you. Faith is the key that breaks this illusion. Faith is not simply belief without evidence. It is the inner knowing that evidence will appear the moment you decide to trust. It does not wait for proof, it creates proof. Faith declares, I cannot see the way, but I know the way exists, and it will reveal itself as I step forward. In that moment of trust, the blindfold falls, and strength long buried rises to the surface. Faith awakens courage, and courage awakens power. Vision is faith clothed in imagination. It is the ability to see beyond the present, to hold in your mind the reality you desire, even when circumstances argue against it. Vision lifts you above the noise of limitation and places you in the realm of possibility. Where fear sees walls, vision sees doors. Where doubt sees failure, vision sees opportunity. Vision does not deny the obstacle. It simply declares that the obstacle is not final. It paints pictures of the life you are meant to live and stirs your spirit to move toward them. The strength you seek has always been within, but fear and doubt bury it under layers of hesitation. Faith and vision, however, act as shovels, uncovering the treasure hidden beneath. Faith whispers, you can, and vision shows you how. Together they transform weakness into resilience, despair into determination, and impossibility into achievement. With faith, you rise. With vision, you know where to rise to. Every great act, every victory, every breakthrough has always been born of faith and vision. Those who dared to step beyond fear discovered that strength multiplies when called upon. The moment you choose faith over fear, you awaken the giant within you. The moment you hold vision over doubt, you align with unseen forces that open paths where none seem to exist. Fear blinds and binds, but faith and vision liberate and illuminate, revealing the strength that was always yours. True power is not in force, but in alignment with the divine within. Force struggles, pushes, and resists. It is the effort of the ego, trying to bend life into submission by sheer will, yet always meeting resistance because it is born of separation. When you rely only on force, you drain yourself, for you are attempting to fight against the current of life. True power, however, does not fight, it flows. It is the quiet yet unshakable strength that arises when you align with the divine presence within you, the infinite source that created all and sustains all. This power is effortless because it is not yours alone. It is the greater life expressing through you. It moves without strain, guides without confusion, and accomplishes without struggle. You have felt glimpses of it in moments of deep peace, when clarity replaces chaos, when inspiration arrives suddenly, or when a door opens so easily it feels miraculous. That is not chance, that is alignment. Alignment means remembering that you are not separate from the infinite, that the wisdom of the divine mind and the strength of divine energy are flowing in you, as you and through you. When you align with this truth, you no longer chase, you attract. You no longer force outcomes, you allow them to unfold with precision. This does not mean passivity. It means acting from a place of certainty, where every step feels guided and every decision is infused with calm authority. Force relies on fear, the fear that if you do not fight for something, you will lose. Alignment relies on trust, the knowing that what belongs to you cannot be withheld, and what is truly yours arrives in perfect timing. Force creates tension, alignment creates peace. Force burns energy, alignment replenishes it. Force tries to dominate, alignment harmonizes. When you live in alignment with the divine within, life ceases to feel like a battlefield and begins to feel like a dance. You discover that opportunities arrive with less struggle, that solutions reveal themselves with ease, and that your words and actions carry a power beyond your own. The divine within does not demand, it simply is. When you harmonize with it, you inherit its strength, its wisdom, and its abundance. True power is not the roar of control, but the quiet authority of one who knows they are backed by the infinite. It is the calm in the storm, the certainty in uncertainty, the unwavering center that cannot be shaken by appearances. When you align with the divine within, you no longer force life to obey you. You command life through harmony, and life responds with perfect order. Every limitation is an illusion. Abundance and freedom are your inheritance. From the moment you entered this world, you were endowed with the fullness of life. Yet over time, conditioning, fear, and false beliefs began to veil this truth. Limitations are like shadows, they seem real, but they have no substance of their own. They gain strength only from the power you give them in your mind. When you believe in lack, lack manifests. When you accept boundaries as permanent, they appear immovable. Yet the truth is that every limitation is a constructive thought, and the moment your thought changes, the walls begin to crumble. Abundance is the natural state of life. Look at the earth itself. Endless stars fill the sky, oceans stretch beyond the horizon, flowers bloom season after season without hesitation. Creation is extravagant, overflowing, limitless. Why then would you believe that you, who are part of this infinite design, were meant for scarcity? Scarcity is not truth, it is a belief. It is the illusion born of fear, of comparison, of forgetting your divine source. When you remember who you are, you awaken to the inheritance that was always yours, freedom of spirit and abundance in all things. Freedom is not merely the absence of chains, it is the realization that you were never bound. The prison of limitation is built by thoughts of I can't, it's too late, I'm not enough. But the bars are made of illusion, and when you awaken to truth, they dissolve. Freedom is living in alignment with your divine essence, unburdened by fear, unshaken by appearances, unafraid of the future. It is the recognition that nothing outside of you holds authority over your destiny. Abundance is not only material wealth, though it may include it. It is the fullness of life. Ideas flowing when you need them, strength rising when you call on it, opportunities appearing in perfect timing. It is love, joy, health, creativity, and prosperity woven together into a life of wholeness. It is the law of expansion, for just as the seed becomes the tree, so too must your life expand when nourished by truth. Every time you declare a limitation, you step away from your inheritance. Every time you affirm abundance and freedom, you reclaim it. The universe does not withhold, it responds. It mirrors the picture you hold within. When you shift from seeing walls to seeing doors, from seeing lack to seeing supply, from seeing chains to seeing wings, the illusion collapses and the truth shines through. Abundance and freedom were never something to earn. They were given to you by divine right. The awakening is the choice to live as the creator, not the victim, of your life. Too many walk through the world believing that circumstances control them, that destiny is fixed, and that they are powerless against what happens to them. This belief breeds resignation, fear, and hopelessness. But the truth is far greater. Life is not something happening to you, it is something responding to you. Every thought, every word, every belief is an instruction sent to the universe, and it returns to you in kind. When you see yourself as a victim, you surrender your authority, and life reflects back struggle. When you choose to awaken, you reclaim your power and step into the role of creator, directing the script instead of being swept away by it. To live as a creator is not to deny challenges. It is to meet them with the understanding that you are not defined by them. A victim says, "This problem has defeated me." A creator says, "This challenge is here to reveal my strength." The difference is not in circumstance but in consciousness. The awakened soul recognizes that everything holds within it the seed of transformation. Even pain can become purpose, and even setbacks can become stepping stones when you claim your authority as the creator of your experience. Being a creator means taking radical responsibility for your inner world, for your reality begins within. If you cultivate thoughts of fear, fear will mirror back to you. If you cultivate thoughts of faith, doors will appear where none existed before. Victimhood waits for external rescue. Creation calls forth inner power. Victimhood blames. Creation transforms. Victimhood clings to limitation. Creation declares possibility. The choice is not made once but moment by moment. Each time you respond to life, you are deciding whether to surrender to helplessness or to command with faith. Awakening is the realization that you are not at the mercy of fate, but a co-creator with the divine. The same energy that shapes the stars moves through you, and when you align your vision and words with it, creation obeys. This is why two people can face the same situation, and one crumbles while the other rises. It is not the situation that determines the outcome, but the consciousness carried into it. To awaken is to break free from the illusion that you are small, powerless, or trapped. It is to see that your life bends to the authority of your beliefs and that you can choose differently at any moment. You do not have to repeat the past. You can create the new. You do not have to live in reaction. You can live in intention. The awakening is not about control, but about alignment. About choosing to live as the conscious creator of your reality rather than the unconscious victim of circumstance.